Hey, hi all. Good morning and good evening. Hope my voice is audible to everyone and my screen is visible.
Yes.
Okay, fine then. So today is the official day one. A quick recap of whatever we have studied yesterday. Yesterday, I have explained you what is retail, just little bit, the definition of it, because actually retail is a very big word. But why I triggered that discussion, so just to let you know, whatever data engineering platform you are working, whether it is Azure, AWS, or GCP, they all work on this underlying tech stack, which is known as ETL. I mean, they all are doing the task of extracting data from multiple sources, transforming it, and then loading it. And then the business intelligence team, maybe Power BI, Tableau, or whatever reporting tool you are using, they will connect and they will prepare reports. And maybe your ML or AI, if that is in the scope of your project, they will connect and they will create models. They will check whether it is working as per the expectation or not. So any ATL tool or any data engineering platform, this is the base for them. They all do this task only, extracting the data, transforming it, and loading it. Nothing else. Okay. A few other functionalities are also there, but this is the core one. And why we need ETL? Why we want to extract data, why we want to transform, and why we want to load. The reason is we want to create reports so that the business stakeholders, the business owners, they can understand like how the business is performing. And accordingly, then they can make some business decisions or business strategy. At a very high level, this is the reason why we have the data engineering platforms like Azure, AWS, or GCP. Azure is from Microsoft, AWS is from Amazon, GCP is from Google. Okay. And you will see always like if uh, Microsoft will launch a product, so similar product Google will also try to launch. I'm not telling all the products, but most of the products because they are both are very stiff competitor in the market in terms of technology tools, right? This is what we discussed. Then I have triggered the discussion of cloud. It's very important to understand what is cloud. I know you all have heard about it. You have a basic idea about it. I know that most of you know it. But it's very important for all of us to be on the same page so that there should not be any ambiguity. We should be having the same understanding. So that is why I thought of quickly uh, walk you through the world of cloud, that why cloud, what all functionalities provided by cloud, what are the merits of cloud, and why the companies, the business, they're moving into cloud. Not only business, even we as an individual, we are using many cloud applications in our day-to-day life. I think you all will agree. We have discussed this yesterday, right? Now, apart from this, I have given you this examples. It's not limited to this, but these are the very common applications which you're using on a daily basis, and it is based on cloud only. And many such other examples are also there. Okay. Even the very common, your phone pay, Paytm, Google Pay, or your internet banking applications, they all are based on cloud, or your e-commerce, Amazon, Flipkart. A lot of things are there. Okay. So they all are based on cloud. Okay. Then these are the features of cloud, which we have discussed in detail. And the one very common example is your virtual machine, which through which you are connecting and you're working in your project. I think most of you will be using Citrix, Azure, or any other virtual machine to connect to your client network, and then you are working, right? Then we have this different cloud services layers. Okay, it's nothing but the services provided by cloud. We categorize them in these three buckets: infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. And it's not like you can easily differentiate them like black and white. Sometime there will be a gray line where you will get confused that it should be platform as a service or software as a service. But that should not be a debatable topic. Okay. Because uh, either in interview or in project, that will not be a big concern. Okay. But it's good you should know, okay, the different services provided by cloud vendors. When I'm telling cloud vendors, I mean either Microsoft, Amazon, Google. They are the leaders, but we have others as well. Like you have IBM, you have Oracle, okay. But Amazon, Microsoft, Google, they are the leaders. And we have many others. Alibaba, Salesforce, many others are there. Okay. But Amazon, Microsoft, Google, they are the top cloud vendors. And out of this, the largest market share is with Amazon. Okay. But Amazon and Microsoft, they both have very stiff competition. And if you know anyone, you can easily switch into other one. So don't think I'm learning Microsoft Azure. So it means then I have to learn AWS as well. It's not like that. If you know anyone, you can easily switch into other one. But your main focus in this course should be in understanding the internal architecture of it. See, like suppose I have to learn how to drive a car. So first of all, what I will learn, the combination of accelerator, brake, and clutch. Right now, that's the most important thing, right? When I have to learn how to drive a car, this is most important thing. A combination of this. I should not focus on the dashboard, the speakers, and many other services. I should not focus on it. My main focus should be on getting a good hold or control on ABC, accelerator, brake, and clutch. That's why in this course, your main focus should be how Tanvir is extracting data, how he is showing us to store data, how he is transforming data and creating pipelines. That should be your main focus in this course. Okay. Because that remains same in any data engineering platform. Got it? Because I know few of you might have joined this course, but you don't know what is Azure, what this will do. I know. Because maybe you are coming from a non-technical background, or you have worked in uh, like operations team or some other project, which is not much tech savvy. That is why I thought this should be clear to you. Okay? Now, proceeding further. So yesterday I taught you, okay, Azure is a Microsoft cloud computing platform. Okay, in one line, if I have to define what is Azure, so yeah, it's from Microsoft. Okay, and this cloud computing platform. But see, don't get confused with cloud and data engineering. They both are two different things. Okay, data engineering is all about extracting data, transforming data, and loading data. Ah, how cloud will help? Cloud will tell me, okay, Tanvir, you want to store data, no? Okay, Tanvir, I will help you in storage. So their cloud will help me. Got it? Their cloud will help me. Okay. So that's the role of cloud. Now, down the line in this course, I will show you okay, how, with the help of this Azure portal, I will show you those portals and everything. Don't worry about it. So, how it can help us to compute. Okay. So, yeah, how it can help us to store data. So, in the storage, when I'm asked and when I'm discussing, it is like Azure has blobs, databases, ADLS, queues, stable storage, everything will be discussed. But I will show you okay, how this Azure will help us to store the data and how it can help us in handling the networking part of it and how the AI or ML or let's say analytics or security services you can achieve with the help of Azure. Before that, what do you understand by services when I'm telling Azure has services? What do you understand by this?
Products that it provides.
Products. Okay, good. That is fine. Anyone else? What is the meaning of services in cloud?
Something that can be used which is ready made to
Hmm,
simplify our activities or tasks.
okay, okay. See, me one thing. You all are using Google Drive, correct? So do you think, suppose you are buying 1 TB storage, like we have, I think 1 or 2 TB storage. So is it like Google is giving me some hardware, some tangible thing Google is giving me? Or suppose I have taken that ChatGPT got that licensed version, the subscription. So do you think OpenAI has given me some hardware, some physical material? No, they are giving me service. No, if I am
Hmm.
using Google Drive, what is that? It's the service Google is providing to me. Correct? है कि नहीं यार बोलो.
Yes.
Similarly, okay, let's take this example. When you go to any salon or parlor, so generally they have different type of services like haircut, hair wash, and what else? Coloring, hair styling, right? And many other things like dandruff and hair fall treatments. They will do all those things, lot of things. Then cleanup, bleaching, many other services they provide. So what is this? Are they giving you any product? No. We are providing service now, right? So similarly, the Azure, it's providing service to you. Are you clear? Is this clear?
Yes.
Now, this is the one. Now, don't get panicked. सुनना एकदम आराम से सुनना पहले, okay? घबराना मत कि यार एकदम से कहाँ से आ गया. Actually, this is the world. This is our world for the next 6 months. Okay. This is the platform on which we'll be working on the next 6 months. Can you see here what is written? All services, which means these all are the services provided by Azure. How to log in, how to set up, everything I will tell. Don't worry about it. फिर फिजूल का अपने आप को उस क्या कहते हैं परेशान मत हो कि यार how to install and all those things. I will come to that. We will discuss. So this is your Microsoft Azure platform. You could see they have services for AI and machine learning. These all are the services. Analytics, these are the services. For compute, these are the services. These are the containers. Then these are the databases. Lot many things are there. But all of this is not needed for you. Okay. So the one which is important from interview perspective or from the learning perspective, that will be covered. And especially my focus will be based on the data. Okay. Now, how to log in, everything I will explain you. Don't worry about it. So services is like your Azure is providing a lot of services and they all have different functionality that we will study in this course. I hope it is clear so far. Now, we have discussed that cloud is a scalable and it's a global. Global means I'm accessing Google Drive now in India. If I'm going abroad anywhere, same Google Drive I can use in my mobile. Correct? That's the one of the benefit of cloud which we have discussed yesterday. Now, second thing, okay, fine. Then we understood Azure is a Microsoft product that will help us in ATL tasks and few other tasks. It can help. So Azure can be used for many purposes. It's not only about ATL. You can use Azure for application hosting, like you want to host your website. Let's say you have an e-commerce site and you want to deploy it globally. You can use Azure. You can use Azure to store the data, whether it is structured or unstructured. We'll discuss that today. What is structured data and what is unstructured, what is semi-structured. But Azure will help you there as well to store the data, whether it is a video file, image, text, whatever it may be. Azure will help you. Azure will help you in analytics, big data and analytics. So in Azure, you have the Azure Data Factory, Synapse, Databricks. That will help you to analyze sales data. We'll discuss that in detail, don't worry. I'm just trying to give you a little bit flavor to what this Azure can do for you, how powerful it is, why we are learning it, why it is in demand, all these things it can do for you. Then machine learning, AI, in this area Azure will help you. Like suppose if you want to create a chatbot, nowadays you take any web page, they all have chatbot. So there also the Azure will help you. Okay. And then in disaster recovery and backup, that's a detailed topic of discussion. We'll discuss it. But there also Azure will help you. And many other things are also there. So, like if I have to explain this to a school student, suppose a school going student is asking me, Tanvir, what is Azure? And I have to tell him or explain him in a very basic way. I will tell you, yeah, Azure is a Microsoft supercomputer, and you can rent it, and you can use in pieces. Like you can create a virtual machine with the help of Azure. You can use it for a storage purpose. You can use it as a database. You can use it for AI or machine learning to solve any business or data problem. That's a very simple definition. If I have to explain what is Azure to a school going student, this is what I will tell. Those who are from a mechanical background, you might have heard about lathe machine. I remember in my first or second semester, my BTech, it was there in the mechanical workshop, lathe machine. And our instructor has shown PR from lathe machine, you can do a lot of tasks can be performed. Something like it is known as mother of all machines or something. I forgot actually, but I remember it was there in our lab. So similar is your Azure. Many things you can do with the help of Azure. Or again, suppose if I have to explain you in a very simple way, in much simpler way, what is Azure Tanvi? So I will tell you, okay, let's say you are going to start a computer lab in your school. So what you will do? You will buy some computers, let's say 40, 50 or some computers, right? Then you will buy servers, a storage, network device. Then you will hire engineers to maintain them, no? Or you will just buy them and keep it. You hope you remember, like in our computer labs, we have an instructor, right? Maybe they used to take care of the computer servicing and all of the things, networks. You have to hire them. Then you have to pay electricity bills. You have to manage that as well. And when upgrade is needed, then you have to do that. So net, yeah, it's expensive, time consuming, right? Are you understanding or not? I'm just trying to explain in a very basic way how the Azure will help. Now, suppose Microsoft came to me. He told, yeah, Tanvir, you want to run a computer lab for your academy? I told, yes. So Microsoft is telling me, why you want to buy computers? Yeah, I will rent you. I will take care of your storage. I will manage software. And you just pay whatever you're using, Tanvir. You don't have to pay permanently for it. Whatever you're using, for whatever duration you pay for it. Exactly like how you're using mobile recharge. Correct? On a monthly basis, you have different plans, and accordingly, you're paying, no? 299, 399, 499, something like this. You have plans. And accordingly, you are paying. Okay. And the second benefit Microsoft is telling me, Tanvir, suppose after 1 month you got more students, you need more computers. I will add it instantly. You don't have to buy it. And suppose if you want to reduce it, there also I will help you. It's like flexible, cheaper, and hassle free. So don't you think I should go for Microsoft Azure? This is the reason the Azure is in demand. The businesses they don't want to take this headache. Okay, another example I will give you. When I was in Chennai Infosys, so my flat was almost 20 kilometers from office. Infosys they have that bus facility. A lot of buses they have, but the buses were not they have not bought it. Okay, they have rented the entire service to some third party, and they were managing everything. So my Infosys they don't have to bother or like how to manage all those things. So some third party tour and travels who is managing everything. Again, an example of cloud, right? Is this clear? Is it making sense? आपको कुछ समझ में आ रहा है मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Because see, if you don't know कि यार Azure, what Azure can do for you, so still that question will be popping up in your mind कि यार हम पढ़ क्या रहे हैं. Okay. So all those things Azure can help you. Many application services it has, which we'll discuss on the line. The few I have just mentioned, like for the storage, it can create virtual machine. It can give you database. It can also help you in hosting some website. Okay. So Azure is like a huge online schooling system where Microsoft is telling me, Tanvir, I will own all the classroom server storage app. You just rent it, Tanvir, and you pay us accordingly. Okay. Hope it is clear now. या फिर कुछ और डिटेल इसमें बताऊं मैं आपको. अच्छा, one thing. Quickly, I will call out some of the important Azure services. Very important on the famous Azure services like Azure Virtual Machine. They will give you virtual machine. It's like your classroom computer. Okay. Then Azure Storage. It's like in a school or college you have library. Correct? No. In library you have different types of books. So it's like Azure Storage. And then Azure is providing SQL database. It is like your exam record register or attendance register in your school. Okay. And then you have Azure Active Directory. It's like your principal office. Then Azure App Service, Azure Data Factory, Azure Synapse, Azure
Sir, won't
Monitor.
the storage be same as that Azure SQL database? Like storage will be the
No,
same, right?
no. Different,
Okay.
different. We will discuss it, but the straight answer is नहीं वो अलग है. The storage is a
Acha.
different thing and database is a different thing. But ठीक है,
Okay.
आपका question valid है. And keep on asking this type of question. ठीक है, don't hesitate. The
Okay.
storage is like your Google Drive. Okay, database is like SQL Server. हो गया ना different. Okay,
Yes, sir.
या फिर ऐसे समझ लो. Azure storage is like your school library where you have all the books. And database is that attendance register. आपके क्लास टीचर के पास attendance register होता था ना, where she has the name of all the students और वो कब कब absent and present है, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, occasionally I use Hindi, but I should not use it. I'm very sorry for that. But means that will be converted in English. But anyone who doesn't know Hindi here, it will be in English only, but still I'm asking. कोई ऐसे anyone who doesn't know Hindi? Everyone knows? Jagannath, do you know Hindi?
Yeah, sir. I'm from Hindi state
Surya?
only.
अच्छा ठीक है, sorry. Okay. जनरल आपके टी के बाद एच था ना, जनरली साउथ इंडिया में पीपल दे यूज्ड टू कीप एच आफ्टर टी, so that's what I thought. Okay, ठीक है.
Yeah.
Fine. Mihir Thakkar, you know Hindi,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Comfortable.
Yeah, yeah. I
ठीक है,
know
ठीक
Hindi. Yeah.
ठीक है, ठीक. Okay. Sirisha?
Yeah, I know Hindi.
No, okay, ठीक है, ठीक है.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will be in English only, don't worry. But accidentally वो होता है ना कभी कदार वो slip of tongue. Okay, but still, if anyone is not comfortable, आपको बोलना है कि यार it's not clear. Okay. So Mehir asked कि Tanvir, storage or database, what is the difference? So storage is like your school library where you have all the books. Database is your class teacher attendance register. या वो marks का register भी. That's also an example of database. जहाँ पर आपके teacher के पास she used to maintain all the marks whatever you scored in the different terms. और फिर वो पेटीएम में वो लेके बैठ जाती थी आपके पेरेंट्स के सामने, right? ठीक है. So many other services are provided by Azure, both are, which we will discuss um, in this course. So yesterday my main focus was on cloud. Okay, what is cloud? Okay, cloud, how it is helpful. Today my main focus is to introduce you Azure. यार ये है क्या? Why we are studying this? Okay. So Azure is like a smart digital school where everything will be taken care by Microsoft, managed by Microsoft. आपको क्या करना है? You just have to pay and you just have to order. Yeah, if I have to explain again in a more layman term, अब मेरे को कोई second standard के बच्चों को समझाना है, तो I will tell Azure is like a genie. Genie था ना वो अलादीन का चीन genie, right? आप जो भी मांगो, he will bring that in front of you. तो वैसा ही है, आप हुक्म
Yes.
करो और वो हाजिर हो जाएगा. Okay. You just order and it will be there for you. वैसा है, ठीक है? Now, ठीक है. Azure का तो मैंने आपको बता दिया. As okay, ठीक है, वो तो मैं बाद में. अच्छा, Microsoft Azure is an infrastructure as a service, platform as a service या software as a service? क्या कहेंगे इसको?
Platform as a service.
Okay.
Depends on what we are using.
But Sharia,
Like,
it is providing virtual machine as well, no? Which is infrastructure, right?
yes.
Uh, yes,
ठीक है? It is
but it's
providing
like
Power
click
BI
and
as well. Uh-huh.
yeah, yeah, you're right, sir. But if as a whole we see it, like because it is providing all these services as together, if you're individually gonna pick it, then it can be infrastructure or
Mm,
software as a service. But
right.
it's like a whole menu of services. So platform, wouldn't it be like platform as a service then?
That's what I told in the beginning. कि यार, uh, ये black and white नहीं है कि easily we can differentiate. Like there is always
Mhm.
a gray line जहाँ पर आपको confusion होगा. Why I'm telling it has all the services layers, infrastructure as a service because it can provide you virtual machines. Why
Mhm.
I'm telling it can also act as a platform as a service. If you are telling to Microsoft कि भैया in Azure I just want your Azure SQL databases, तो फिर आप क्या यूज कर रहे हो? प्लेटफॉर्म यूज कर रहे हो ना? Then that
Yes.
Azure will become for you as a platform as a service. If someone is telling कि no
Mhm.
no I just want to use Power BI, मेरे को बस एनालिटिक्स पे काम करना है, I'm for the business intelligence team, तो उसके लिए Azure क्या हो जाए? सॉफ्टवेयर एज अ सर्विस. ठीक है, मैं फैब्रिक को यहाँ पे नहीं लाऊंगा, ठीक है, वरना चीजें सब ना कंफ्यूज हो जाएगा. आई एम वेरी सॉरी, किसी को अगर चाहिए ना, वैसे इफ एनीवन इज इंटरेस्टेड कि यार फैब्रिक का थोड़ा बताओ, तो आई विल टेक ए सेपरेट सेशन. क्योंकि वैसे ही आई एम बिट एफर्ट कि मैं 5 to 6 months में कंप्लीट कर पाऊंगा कि नहीं, इसीलिए आई हैव टू बी, माय फोकस शुड बी वेरी शार्प. ओके, बट आपको फुल फ्रीडम है, यू बॉम्बार्ड ऑल द पॉसिबल क्वेश्चंस. ओके, नेवर हेजिटेट इन दैट. If something is not in syllabus, I will schedule an ad hoc session for it. Okay. क्योंकि yesterday it happened. मैंने Microsoft Fabric का वो डिस्कशन ट्रिगर किया, someone asked question, अब फिर उसके बाद कुछ confusion हो गया. My main focus is on Azure. तो Fabric की कहानी बाद में देखेंगे. ठीक है. Now we discussed about cloud. We discussed little bit about Azure. कि यार Azure है क्या? ठीक है. Now a very important thing, types of data. Okay. Types of data. This is the biggest challenge. ये सबसे बड़ा सरदर्द है. And actually, it has given birth to big data actually. हुआ क्या? I have told you this yesterday as well. Earlier, all the data, whatever we used to handle, was like uh, in tabular format. You can store them. A very simple example, which I have explained yesterday as well. Suppose I want to store employee ID, employee name, salary, location, key points. And I have given this example yesterday as well, I think. Like one, John, salary 900, location Pune, department sales. I think same example I quoted yesterday as well. So This type of data is known as structured data. As the name indicates, structured, it has a specific structure. Like employee ID 1, his name is John, salary is 900, location is Pune, department is sales. So we can understand something about it. Yo. And this can be stored in a table format in rows and columns. So till 1990 or 2000, 1990 मैं कहूँगा, so most of the data was structured. And this is nothing new. If you see very old movies, तो वहां पर एक मुंशी जी हुआ करते थे, उनकी लाल रंग की पगड़ी होती थी, उनके हाथ में एक रजिस्टर हुआ करता था. माइट हैव सीन इन मूवीज. आई रिमेम्बर एक दिलीप कुमार की मूवी में एक था, वो मैं भूल गया. आई हैव सीन दैट मूवी. उनके एक मूवी में था, वो एक बहुत पुराने काका थे, वो ही वाज वेयरिंग दैट स्पेक्ट्स, उनकी धोती हुआ करती थी, एंड ही यूज्ड टू मेंटेन एवरीथिंग इन दैट रजिस्टर, राइट. दैट्स आल्सो एन
करण अर्जुन में
एग्जांपल
भी
ऑफ.
था।
अर्जुन में भी था, ओके ओके. हाँ ठीक है, उसमें भी होगा शायद. मतलब पहले की मूवी में वो होता था नहीं. हाँ, वो एक मुंशी जी हुआ करते थे, उनके पास एक रजिस्टर है, वो पूरा बही खाता संभालते थे. सो द वर्ल्ड ऑफ डेटाबेस या ईटीएल, इट्स नथिंग न्यू. ये असल में नया नहीं है, ये सदियों पुराना है, शुरू से, है ना. इफ यू विल सी दिस इन आवर हाउस होल्ड, तो हमारे घर में भी वो एक होता है, बही खाता मेंटेन होता है कि कितना राशन आया, कितना गया, एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स, है ना. सब मेंटेन होता है, स्पेशली लाइक घर में जो मतलब मदर होती हैं, शी यूज्ड टू मेंटेन एवरीथिंग, राइट. तो द वर्ल्ड ऑफ डेटाबेस और रिटेल इज नॉट न्यू. ये बहुत पुराना है. ओके. So there they used to maintain in the register, so transactions were very less. They used to maintain in register, वो सब कुछ हो जाता था handle. It was not a big deal. Then this e-commerce has taken birth, और फिर the volume of transactions increased like anything. अब आप तसव्वुर कर सकते हो कि कोई बैठ के अमेजन का डेटाबेस का ट्रांजैक्शन एक रजिस्टर में मेंटेन कर रहा है. नॉट पॉसिबल एट ऑल, राइट. सो those challenges has given birth to database. तो 1960s 70s में फिर वो डेटाबेस की दुनिया आई, वो चलने लाया. आईबीएम भी आया साथ में फिर. ओके. Everything was fine because the data was like this: credit, debit, sales, purchase, revenue, tax, salary, and all those things. So we were able to store in the traditional databases, maybe Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, whatever it may be. Everything was fine. सब कुछ बढ़िया चल रहा था. Then what happened? This internet revolution started. www dot, है ना? Then you know, like the market, online, everything is started. उसके बाद क्या हुआ? Then the challenge was many businesses, they were having data in form of images, audio, video, link, email link, correct? HTTPS link, many such things. Then it become like it was a challenge then. कि यार, now how we can store those audio, video, and images in this table structure? कैसे करें इसमें store? This was the challenge, because till then it was very easy to store your let's say student marks data, banking transactions, employee database, everything we can store very easily in that table structure. That's why they were known as structured data, because they have a structure and you can easily save in rows and columns format. Everything was fine, perfect. Then this new set of data like audio, video, images, PDF, newspaper, links, JSON, XML, sensor data, emails, links. That was the challenge. यार अब इसको कैसे सेव करें? So the challenge was कि first of all इसको segregate करना पड़ेगा. The first of all we have to segregate them. Structured क्या spelling सही है क्या? Structured, हाँ सही. So then we segregated them. Okay, the data which can be saved in a table in rows and column format, that will be a structured data. Then we have semi-structured data. like JSON. I will show you. अभी यार घबरा मत जाओ JSON का नाम सुनते ही. I will show you that. मैं सब बताऊंगा आपको. ठीक है, बस सुनते जाओ. JSON, XML. मैं ऐसा क्यों कह रहा हूँ? I was from electronics background. मुझे याद है कि जब हमारे कॉलेज में कैंपस का वो दौर स्टार्ट हुआ था, तो सम ट्रेनर केम और वो एकदम से वो स्टार्ट कर दिया उन्होंने कि फॉर लूप, इफ एल्स लूप. तो अरे यार नॉन टेक्निकल वालों के लिए ना दैट लूप और वो फॉर लूप इफ एल्स कंडीशन बहुत ही सर घूमता था. मतलब मेरे लिए तो इट वाज नॉट माय कप ऑफ टी. Accidentally, actually, I entered into this IT industry. I was never interested. My main interest was in mechanical. I was very fascinated by cars and automobiles के कैसे काम करते हैं. But it was like accidentally I entered into the IT industry. और मेरी ये दुनिया स्टार्ट हो गई इसमें फिर. ठीक है, बहरहाल. तो आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि दिस टेक्निकल जार्गन को सुन के कभी कभार आदमी घबरा जाता है कि यार ये नया जेसॉन कहाँ से आ गया, ये एक्सएमएल क्या है, ये सीएसवी क्या है. ओके, तो आई विल एक्सप्लेन दैट, डोंट वरी. एज ऑफ नाउ जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड क्यों तनवीर इज टेलिंग कि जेसॉन कुछ तो फाइल का फॉर्मेट है, XML भी सम फाइल फॉर्मेट है, and he is telling कि it comes under the category of semi structured. Then Tanvir will prove कि how it can be categorized under the bucket of semi structured. वो हम बाद में देखेंगे. ठीक है. Then we have another category which is unstructured. Unstructured data का एक separate category आया. Now this unstructured data में like images है ना. अच्छा, टेल मी वन थिंग, व्हाई वी वांट टू स्टोर इमेजेस. इमेजेस को क्यों सेव करना है? व्हाट इज द बेनिफिट? क्या फायदा होगा इससे?
Profile photo, for example, they can be stored.
प्रोफाइल फोटो, ठीक है.
Or evidence, sir, kind of.
एविडेंस, वेरी गुड. देन देखो,
I don't.
नाउ डेज लाइक अगर कहीं कुछ क्राइम होता है तो देखोगे लाइक द पुलिस और द सीबीआई फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल सीसीटीवी को वो ढूंढते हैं, है ना. Now suppose if in CCTV if you're not able to store images, तो फिर क्या फायदा होगा उसका? Are you understood, right? Yeah. So
Yes.
that's why you have to store images as well. Okay. And many other benefits are there. Security, data integrity, and many other things are there. So images, videos, audio, then PDF या फिर कोई और text documents. So these are categorized as unstructured data because they don't have any structure actually. And that is the reason you cannot save them in tabular format or in rows and columns. They are unstructured. कोई structure ही नहीं है. That is why they are considered as unstructured data. Okay. Now the question is, ठीक है Tanvir, why this JSON and XML? You are considering this as a semi-structure. As the name indicates, semi-structure, which means they can't be strictly saved in tabular format, but they have some structure. कुछ तो structure इनका होता है, which I will show you. मैं दिखाऊंगा, ठीक है. तो कुछ तो structure होता है, तो that's why we are keeping them in a semi-structure. इतना भी स्ट्रक्चर नहीं होता है कि यार टेबल फॉर्मेट में सेव कर सके. तो ये एक दरमियान का चीज है, इन बिटवीन. तो दैट इज व्हाई वी आर कंसीडरिंग देम एज अ सेमी स्ट्रक्चर. ठीक है. देखो ऐसे समझ लो, कुछ वेजिटेरियंस होते हैं जिनका डिफिनेशन होता है कि एक खा सकते हैं, राइट. करेक्ट नो. कुछ होते हैं कि ट्यूसडे को नहीं खाएंगे, वेडनेसडे को खा सकते हैं, राइट. तो उसी तरह से समझ लो आप. ओके. So they cannot fit neatly into rows or columns, but कुछ तो उनका ऑर्गेनाइजेशन होता है, इसलिए हमने उसे सेमी स्ट्रक्चर में रख दिया। और ये अनस्ट्रक्चर्ड का यार मतलब ये तो अनस्ट्रक्चर्ड है, यू कैन नॉट स्टोर देम इन टेबल फॉर्मेट। तो इसमें मैं कहूंगा नो प्री डिफाइंड फॉर्मेट, या मैं कह सकता हूँ नो स्कीमा। कुछ इसका स्कीमा नहीं होता है, स्ट्रक्चर नहीं होता है, कुछ नहीं है। ओके, अच्छा, नाउ इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चन यू प्लीज आस्क। ओके, ऑल गुड सो फार?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Any questions so far?
Clear, sir.
आप लोग सब समझ पा रहे हो यहाँ तक जो मैंने बताया अभी तक? All good? मतलब you are able to understand? अच्छा, how is the pace? I'm going too slow, no? मुझे लग रहा है मैं काफी स्लो जा रहा हूँ. Is it fine?
Good,
ठीक
sir.
है, अच्छा ठीक। अगर लगे इफ यू थिंक कि आई एम गोइंग टू स्लो तो यार बताना, ठीक है? मैं खुद चाह रहा हूँ कि थोड़ा फास्ट जाऊं, बट आई नीड योर फीडबैक देयर। ओके, ठीक। तो सेमी स्ट्रक्चर मीन्स नॉट एग्जैक्टली अनस्ट्रक्चर्ड, बट कुछ तो फॉर्मेट है इनके पास, बट नॉट स्ट्रिक्टली स्ट्रक्चर्ड लाइक टेबल्स, वो भी नहीं है। जैसे कि यार आपका सेमी कंडक्टर क्या होता है, मतलब दे हैव द प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ मेटल्स एज वेल एज नॉन मेटल्स। आपने वो पीरियोडिक टेबल में देखा होगा, पढ़ा होगा शायद 10th में 11th में, है ना? तो वहीं से नाम डेराइव होता है सेमी कंडक्टर। वो आपका जर्मेनियम, सिलिकॉन एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स है, 7-8 मेटल्स हैं वो डायगोनल शेप में। एनीवे, तो दैट इज व्हाट इज सेमी स्ट्रक्चर, मतलब they have few properties of a structured data, थोड़ा मोड़ा स्ट्रक्चर है और बाकी अनस्ट्रक्चर्ड है। बट स्टिल द क्वेश्चन इज कि यार तनवीर आप क्या बोल रहे हो कि स्ट्रक्चर है और नहीं है? आई विल शो यू दैट, लेकिन मैं दिखाऊंगा आपको। ओके, ओके। तो स्ट्रक्चर डेटा इट मीन्स लाइक सीक्वल टेबल्स, जो मैंने आपको टेबल्स पढ़ाया था, अगर आप लोगों को याद होगा, क्रिएट टेबल। अच्छा, यहाँ तो सारे मेरे प्रीवियस बैच के स्टूडेंट है ना? एनीवन हु हैज नॉट अटेंडेड सीक्वल फ्रॉम मी हियर? प्रशांत झा, आई थिंक। प्रशांत, यू हैव नॉट अटेंडेड सीक्वल फ्रॉम मी, नो? प्रशांत, आप थे मेरे सीक्वल बैच में? मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा, बिकॉज occasionally आई विल बी गिविंग द रेफरेंस ऑफ सीक्वल एंड पाइथन, दैट्स व्हाई आई वांटेड टू अंडरस्टैंड। बाकी लोग तो थे, मुझे याद है। चलो ठीक है, बहरहाल। तो अगर मैं स्ट्रक्चर डेटा कह रहा हूँ तो आप समझ जाओ कि अच्छा तनवीर वही पुरानी जो टेबल्स बनाते थे, क्रिएट टेबल एम्प्लॉय, एम्प्लॉय आईडी, INT, एम्प्लॉय नेम, वैर कैर 50 करके कुछ तो लिखा करते थे, सैलरी क्या हो गया, सैलरी इंटीजर, लोकेशन वैर कैर, है ना? कुछ तो इस तरह से करके हम लोग डिफाइन करते थे, एंड देन वी यूज्ड टू हैव दैट इंसर्ट सिस्टम, इंसर्ट इनटू एम्प्लॉय वैल्यूज, और इसके अंदर वो वैल्यूज इंसर्ट करते थे। तो देखो यहाँ पर यू हैव एवरीथिंग एज अ फिक्स्ड फॉर्मेट, है ना? एंड यू हैव टू एंटर डेटा एज पर दिस फॉर्मेट ओनली। You have seen that, you remember, right? You cannot disturb this format. So it means everything is fixed here. Data is fixed, format is fixed. You cannot disturb it. That's what is your structured data. Things are fixed. You cannot disturb. The structure is fixed, the schema is fixed. But images में ऐसा होता है क्या? नहीं होता है ना? You never know what type of image you will get in CCTV camera. What type of videos you will be having. You never know that. Correct? YouTube का example ले लो. Do you think all the videos are of the same size, same quality, same duration? नहीं ना, right? So that is why they don't have any fixed format. Same ये structure, कुछ तो format है, which you will see. अब मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल दिखाऊंगा सेकंड रुक जाओ, मैं एक एग्जांपल दिखाना चाह रहा हूँ आपको. Can you see this screenshot? ये visible है? I'm not sure if it is pasted.
Yes,
Is this visible, right? So this is an example of JSON data. अब आप see, you might be thinking then कि यार क्यों ऐसा क्यों जा रहे हैं? What is the benefit? मैं ऐसा बताऊंगा बाद में. Just understand क्या होता है. Tanvir is telling that this is some format of JSON data. So JSON data जो होता है ना, it will be in this format. Name colon Rajesh, age colon 30, city colon Delhi. Now, anyone who has attended Python batch from me, you remember when I was teaching you data types, list, tuple, set, dictionary. This is an example of which one?
Sir,
Dictionary.
dictionary, sir.
Dictionary. If anyone is from PY5 batch, so today and yesterday we covered it. This is an example of dictionary. So these are keys and these are the values. ठीक है? अब one more example I want to show you. देख रहा हूँ मैंने कुछ रखते हैं यहाँ पे screenshot. See, this is also an example of JSON file. The student name Anita, class 10, marks, all these things. This is also an example of JSON file. ठीक है? अब देखो धीरे धीरे अब मैं बताऊंगा आपको स्टेप बाय स्टेप क्या फायदा एंड ऑल दिस थिंग. सपोज in this structured data, if I have to enter the value 1, John, salary 900, location Pune, department sales. मैंने वो inverted quote नहीं दिया. I should give that. I forgot actually. तो उसको ignore करना. Okay. So suppose if I am not showing you this table structure, मैं आपको ये नहीं दिखा रहा हूँ मैं. ठीक है, मैं इसे delete करता हूँ. Okay. From this alone, can you figure it out कि यार ये 1 क्या है, John क्या है, 900 क्या है, पुणे cancels क्या? You cannot figure it out exactly. आप अपना एक अंदाजा लगा सकते हो. You can just predict, okay, maybe this will be the ID, this will be the name. ये salary भी हो सकता है, revenue भी हो सकता है, कुछ भी हो सकता है, right? But in JSON file format, the data will be in this format. So you can easily understand, oh, this Rajesh means name, 30 means age, Delhi means city. This is one benefit of it. But the demerit is they don't have a format. In the next data, if you want, like suppose here, name Rajesh, age 30, city Delhi, अब उसमें ऐसा भी data हो सकता है. In the same JSON file. तब तो आप कंफ्यूज हो जाओगे, अरे यार ये हो क्या रहा है, यहाँ पर नेम राजेश था, 30 दिल्ली, चलो ठीक था. So you are expecting कि here as well it should be like name Anita, then age and city, but this is something different. So this is what happened in JSON. The structure is not static. Okay. That is why we cannot consider them exactly in the bucket of a structured data. Is that clear? नहीं clear है?
Clear, sir.
Okay. Okay, suppose if I have to explain you again from school, like suppose if I have to explain this to class 10th student, किसी ने मुझसे पूछ लिया class 10th के student ने कि तनवीर यार structured data, semi structured और unstructured क्या है? तो मैं ऐसा बताऊंगा कि हाँ, your notebook में everything like वो fair copy होती है ना, everything will be in perfect manner, neat and clean होगा. You have to give date, subject, name and all those things. So that is which one is structured, semi-structured या unstructured? क्या हुआ वो? Notes are written in lines and columns, easy to read and search. एक नोटबुक की खासियत होती है. तो इसको आप किस कैटेगरी में तकसीम करोगे? स्ट्रक्चर्ड है, सेमी स्ट्रक्चर्ड या अनस्ट्रक्चर्ड?
Structured.
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 स्ट्रक्चर्ड, राइट? बिकॉज नोटबुक जो हमारी फेयर नोटबुक होती थी, आप लोगों ने सबने बनाया होगा, है ना? तो उसमें सब एकदम एक तहजीब के साथ हम लोग लिखते थे, नहीं? अगर कुछ ऊपर नीचे हुआ तो फिर वो क्लास टीचर वो बोलती थी, अरे क्या कर रहे हो, तुम्हारा आगे कुछ नहीं होगा, तुम तो बर्बाद हो जाओगे, तुम किसी चीज से लायक नहीं हो। राइट, आई गॉट द सेम फीडबैक व्हेन आई वाज इन फिफ्थ सेमेस्टर. तो I was very poor in managing those project books and all those things. So anyway, so that is a structured data example. ठीक है. अब देखो दूसरा एग्जांपल आते हैं. तो हमारा एक रफ नोटबुक हुआ करता था, है ना? उसमें आप अपने मर्जी से कुछ कुछ लिखते थे, कभी मैथमेटिक्स के रफली जल्दी जल्दी क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करते थे, एंड यू आर डूइंग वॉट एवर यू वांट. कभी कदार कोई कॉपी नहीं लाया क्लास वर्क में, क्लास टीचर इज राइटिंग समथिंग ऑन बोर्ड एंड यू डोंट हैव सफिशिएंट टाइम, तो आप जल्दी जल्दी उसमें नोट कर लेते थे. आई रिमेम्बर लाइक व्हेन आई वाज स्टडिंग मैथमेटिक्स फ्रॉम आनंद सर, तो वहाँ ऐसा ही होता था. देयर वाज लाइक 700 स्टूडेंट्स, 800 स्टूडेंट्स इन वन बैच. वो टाइम कम होता था, ही विल राइट ऑल दोस थिंग्स ऑन द बोर्ड एंड क्विकली हमें जल्दी जल्दी वो नोट करके उतारना होता है. इट वाज लाइक रफ बुक. देन वी यूज्ड टू गो टू आवर हाउस एंड देन वो फिर फेयर करके हम लोग उसको उतारते थे. तो it has some structure, it doesn't have some structure, it was not neat and clean and all those things. So that is an example of semi structured data. Okay, then next one, your drawing copy. होता था ना एक हमारा ड्राइंग का नोटबुक, वहां पर आप ड्राइंग करते थे, कभी घर ड्राइंग करके ला रहे हैं, कभी पहाड़ बना रहे हैं, कभी कुछ, राइट? So that is an example of unstructured data. Your drawing copy or photos, because it's like just you are doing a free drawings there, or you're creating some pictures, right? It doesn't have any row, no column. Rows or columns का तो दूर दूर तक उसमें कोई तस्वीर ही नहीं है, right? So your drawing copy, it's an example of unstructured data. Your rough notebook, it's an example of semi-structured data. And your fair copy, fair notebook, is an example of a structured data. So structured मतलब well organized. Okay? जैसा कि ये आपका सीक्वल की दुनिया थी, well organized. Okay? Semi structured मतलब ये आपका एक रफ कॉपी है, कभी फॉर्मेट होगा कभी नहीं होगा, नो गारंटी. Unstructured is like your drawing book. Is this clear? कुछ समझ में आया थोड़ा मोड़ा?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. Now, can you tell me why SQL is known as a structured query language? अब बताओ आप SQL को structured query language क्यों कहते हैं?
Because we have
There
Because
you can
tables
store
rows
good
in
and
data in.
columns.
Yeah.
Because SQL queries you can write only on the data which can be stored in a table format in rows and columns. SQL की दुनिया वही चलेगी. SQL बेचारा यहाँ फेल हो जाएगा. सेमी स्ट्रक्चर्ड और अनस्ट्रक्चर्ड में SQL बोलेगा सॉरी यार, आई कैनॉट हैंडल इट, मैं क्वेरी नहीं लिख पाऊंगा. That is why to handle semi-structured and unstructured, you have क्या है बताओ? No SQL, which is known as not only SQL. Okay. So to handle structured data, we have what we have? SQL. To handle semi-structured and unstructured data, we have no SQL. The full form is not only SQL. Hope it is clear. Okay.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
it's a very detailed world कि यार वो NoSQL कैसे काम करता है तन्वी. So there we have the concept of key value pairs, वही जो आपके डिक्शनरी में होता है. Okay. ठीक है, आगे बढ़ते हैं. Azure में है like Cosmos DB and all those things, so हम लोग पढ़ेंगे. Okay, we'll see that. Okay, let's proceed further. So structured data means everything will be managed, perfect होगा, उसका एक structure होगा, well organized. सेमी स्ट्रक्चर मतलब मिक्स होगा, जैसा कि आपका रफ कॉपी, कभी आपने डेट डाल दिया, कभी नहीं डाला, कभी हड़बड़ में हो तो एमी कुछ कुछ लिख दिया फास्ट. ओके. Unstructured is your drawing book, which can have images or any other thing. Okay. ठीक है, ये तो क्लियर हो गया. आप लोग समझ गए हैं. अच्छा, if I'm telling कि cloud scalability is one of the feature of cloud, can anyone explain how?
If we need more storage, we can just quickly and automatically add the storage. And if we need more processing power, we can just add it as much as we need.
अच्छा, ठीक है, good, right. Any other thought, anyone?
It's a similar one. We can just use it as we go, as we need.
अच्छा, अच्छा, ठीक है, ठीक है. मैं ना दो टॉपिक में थोड़ा कंफ्यूज हो रहा हूँ कि कौन वाला पहले बताऊं आपको. स्केल वाला ठीक है, पहले स्केल वाला ही बता देता हूं. चलो. देयर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ स्केलिंग. वन इज, हाँ, नाउ लिसन केयरफुली बिकॉज दिस विल कंफ्यूज यू. ठीक है, थोड़ा गौर से सुनना आप. वन इज वर्टिकल स्केलिंग एंड द अनदर वन इज हॉरिजॉन्टल स्केलिंग. ओके, ये टाइप्स ऑफ डेटा तो हो गया. स्केलिंग में आते हैं. एक होता है वर्टिकल स्केलिंग और दूसरा, द नेक्स्ट वन इज हॉरिजॉन्टल स्केलिंग. What does the vertical scaling means? Suppose in my laptop I have, let's say, मान के चलो first करो, I have only 4 GB RAM. Okay, my laptop has only 4 GB RAM, and I have Microsoft SQL Server, I have Oracle SQL Developer, Power BI. So sometime it is getting stuck or crashed. So I have to keep on restarting. So someone suggested me कि तनवीर यार, RAM is too low, 4 GB तो बहुत ही कम है. You should have 16 GB RAM. ठीक है, तो मैं क्या करूंगा? I have to buy a new laptop with 16 GB RAM. Correct? And it will give me a better performance. Maybe I can go for better processing as well. Let's say i5 or भी जो i7, I'm not sure अभी latest कौन सा है. So I have to go for a better processor as well. है ना? यही होगा. Correct? It means I have to add more power to it, more power to one machine. So when you are planning कि नहीं अब थोड़ा ना powerful laptop लेते हैं, तो it is known as vertical scaling. मतलब vertically आप उसको strong कर रहे हो. You're increasing the RAM, you're increasing the processor. That is known as vertical scaling. So this is provided by cloud. We have a virtual machine cloud has given, and let's say it has 8 GB RAM. You are not satisfied with it. Your requirement is कि नहीं भाई मेरे को तो 16 GB चाहिए. So cloud will provide it. So this is known as vertical scaling. Matlab the laptop or the computer or the virtual machine, whatever you have, you want more power to it. More power maybe in the sense of RAM or processor. That is known as vertical scaling. ठीक है? Vertical scaling को आप ऐसे भी समझ सकते हो. तब you are increasing the processor of it. Okay? This is vertical scaling. You're increasing the RAM, you're increasing the processor, और भी जो चीजें which impact the performance, you want to increase it. ये होता है vertical scaling. Now, the next is horizontal scaling. अब ये सुनना, समझना इसको थोड़ा अच्छे से. Horizontal scaling is this one. Okay. Let's say I have 4 GB RAM laptop. Everything is working perfectly on it. Suddenly I got huge volume of data. Now that 4 GB RAM या जो भी उसकी कैपेसिटी है, it is not able to handle it. तो आई थॉट कि यार एक काम करते हैं, लेट्स बाय वन मोर 4 GB RAM laptop. Now how many laptops I have? How many
Two
laptops I have
laptops.
now?
Two
Two
laptops.
laptops. Right. This is of 4 GB RAM. See, I'm just giving you the example of RAM. You can correlate it कि भाई इसमें आप प्रोसेसर भी बढ़ा सकते हो and many other things. तो I will think कि अच्छा ठीक है, एक और 4 GB RAM का ले लेते हैं. Okay. So this is known as horizontal scaling. I'm not increasing the capacity of this computer, but I bought one more. असल में आपकी बिग डेटा की पूरी दुनिया ना इसी पे चलती है. Anyway, so this is known as horizontal scaling. I'm not increasing the capacity of this laptop, or I'm not buying a new laptop with more enhanced capacity. I thought कि यार एक और ऐसा ले लेते हैं, it will handle it. Got it? और another example मैं बताता हूँ आपको. I'm working in a project. ठीक है. ऐसा हुआ था मतलब in Infosys. We are working for Citibank. That was, I can tell, one of the complicated project. If anyone has worked, so maybe they will agree. Logics are very complicated. They have logics, different logics for each and every country. Especially for Japan, the business logics are very complicated. I don't know why. Anyway, so suddenly we got a new project, and in that we have to send a report to the government of that particular country. Okay, that is known as LRR, local regulatory reporting. Okay. So we used to have 2, 3 freshers here working with us. Then the product owner told कि यार with the help of these 2, 3 freshers, ये काम नहीं हो पाएगा. We have to hire more. So we hired more, I think 2 or 3 more freshers. Okay. Now is this horizontal scaling or vertical scaling?
Horizontal scaling.
Horizontal scaling.
Horizontal scaling. You hired more freshers, more engineers. That is horizontal scaling. Another scenario. We have 3 freshers. They're working on the particular task, but then after some time we discovered or realized कि अरे यार, it's a little bit tough task. They are just struggling. उनसे नहीं हो पाए. तो एक काम करो, let's hire a senior data engineer. Okay, because he will be having good experience, expertise. वो इसको आराम से कर लेगा. Now what is this? Horizontal or vertical scaling?
Vertical.
यही होता है vertical scaling and horizontal scaling. And both these features are provided by cloud. Cloud आपको दोनों feature देता है, दोनों option देता है, जो भी चाहिए. But this is the meaning of vertical scaling and this is the meaning of horizontal scaling. Got it?
Tanvir,
Hmm.
in horizontal scaling, the resources what we are increasing will be the similar
Same capacity. Similar
If we are
capacity
increasing
होता है.
okay, if we increase the capacity, that is vertical, then it comes under vertical scaling.
हाँ, वर्टिकल में एक ही मशीन होगा, उसकी कैपेसिटी को आप बढ़ा रहे हो. दैट इज वर्टिकल स्केलिंग. हॉरिजॉन्टल में आप
Okay.
कहते हो नहीं यार, इसी का मेरे को 2, 4 और ला के दे दो. दैट इज हॉरिजॉन्टल स्केलिंग.
Now, if we increase, say, if we are adding another 8 GB machine here, then it will be horizontal scaling, right? We are
वेयर हियर.
increasing the resources. Yeah,
तो ये हॉरिजॉन्टल स्केलिंग हो जाएगा. हॉरिजॉन्टल
exactly.
स्केलिंग डजंट मींस कि वो 4 GB होना चाहिए. आप 8 GB भी कह सकते हो. दैट आल्सो वर्क्स. ये भी अलाउड है.
Exactly. Okay. Now, the example you gave, right? The 3 freshers are not able to do. They hire they hire a senior engineer, right?
That is
So again,
vertical
that is
scaling. आपने 3 फ्रेशर्स को हटा दिया और आपने कहा कि अब
Okay.
ये टास्क एक
Okay.
नया डेटा इंजीनियर को दो. दैट इज वर्टिकल स्केलिंग.
Okay, we have removed them.
एंड
Fine.
जनरली इन द प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड कंपनीज में यही होता है. वहां पर यू हैव लेस नंबर ऑफ रिसोर्सेज बट दे ऑल विल बी हैविंग वेरी गुड एक्सपर्टीज. मेरे करंट कंपनी में भी यही है. फिडेलिटी में व्हेन आई वाज वर्किंग इन 2016 सेम सिनेरियो था. वहां फ्रेशर मिलेगा ही नहीं आपको. All of them I have like more than 4, 5 years of experience. इसलिए वहां पर I know like When I was working for Fidelity, total 3,000 employees थे गुड़गांव ऑफिस में. बहुत कम लगेगा those who are working in Infosys or TCS, Capgemini, जहाँ पर you have 2 lakhs, 2,50,000, 3 lakhs employees. क्योंकि उनका बिजनेस मॉडल अलग है. Infosys क्या करता है? They hire a lot of freshers. फिर they used to train them for 6 months. है ना? फिर उससे काम निकलवाते हैं. That's so good. मतलब मैं कुछ नेगेटिव नहीं कह रहा हूँ. मतलब मेरे को तो लगता है यार कि अगर ये TCS, Infosys और Cognizant नहीं होता तो we don't have that enough job in the government sector. तो that is fine. हाँ ठीक है. People will used to tell कि salary कम and all those things. तो ठीक है, I agree. मैं वो मानता हूँ. But पॉजिटिव चीज भी तो है. आपको 6 months it is giving training to you और वो साथ में सैलरी भी दे रहा है. कहाँ ऐसा होता है बताओ? तो पॉजिटिव भी है, नेगेटिव भी है. नेगेटिव भी मैं मानता हूँ. अभी भी सैलरी वही है. एनीवे, डिस्ट्रैक्ट हो गए हम लोग. तो दिस इज क्लियर, वर्टिकल स्केलिंग एंड हॉरिजॉन्टल स्केलिंग.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. अच्छा, एक और एग्जांपल. एक एग्जांपल. रिलायंस का एग्जांपल लेते हैं. आई एम श्योर यू माइट हैव हर्ड अबाउट इट. हैव यू हर्ड अबाउट रिलायंस स्मार्ट पॉइंट? है ना, सुना होगा आप लोगों ने, राइट? सुना है कि नहीं सुना है? That Reliance, they have started a smart point. तो उन्होंने क्या किया है कि in each and every colony they have a small उन्होंने एक नया small outlet खोला है. That is a smart point. Okay. So what mentality they have is they are maybe those मतलब कि they are increasing their reach. Okay. पहले बिग बाजार का क्या होता था? मतलब ये हमें बिग बाजार एट ए पार्टिकुलर लोकेलिटी. आप पूरा प्लानिंग करके सैटरडे और संडे यू गो देयर, है ना? So what Reliance have done, they started their small outlets known as smart points. So what is this, horizontal scaling or vertical scaling?
Horizontal scaling.
Horizontal scaling.
Horizontal.
एक बाजार का क्या होता था कि they have multiple floors, है ना? And floor by floor they have. अच्छा, आप लोग सब जानते हो ना? मतलब तो यार मैंने तो कुछ ऐसा तो एग्जांपल नहीं दिया. बिग बाजार तो आप सब जानते हो. आई थिंक एवरीवन हैज विजिटेड. Those who are from other countries, I'm sorry, but इंडिया वाले तो सब जानते होंगे बिग बाजार, राइट?
Yes, sir.
है ना? They used to have multiple floors. हम लोग जाते थे. एक फ्लोर पे डिपार्टमेंटल आइटम्स है, दूसरे फ्लोर पे वो अटेंसिल्स एंड ऑल दिस क्रॉकरी, वो सब चीजें होती थी. देन थर्ड फ्लोर और फोर्थ फ्लोर मतलब वो क्लोथ्स हैं, स्टेशनरी आइटम एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स. दैट इज व्हिच एग्जांपल, हॉरिजॉन्टल या वर्टिकल?
Vertical.
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 वर्टिकल स्केलिंग. ठीक है. अच्छा, लेट्स टेक a short break. Okay, I'll take a break for 10 minutes. It's 7:16 in my machine. We'll be back at 7:25. Okay, thank you. I think we can start now. Open audible. Can anyone please confirm?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So we were discussing about the scaling and vertical and horizontal scaling. This question is asked in interview. Generally, the interviews they start from this only. Scaling, cloud, Azure. ये जो मैंने basic बताया, यहाँ से start होता है. Just to check your foundation. Okay. It's not a deciding factor कि नहीं होता है. But just to check your foundation. ठीक है. Now I have a question for you. I'm writing here. Let's say यहाँ पर लिखता हूँ. Make one machine is stronger. Okay. This is which example? Horizontal scaling or vertical scaling?
Vertical.
Vertical scaling.
Vertical. ठीक है, good. तो आप लोग समझ गए. And pardon me for any spelling or grammatical mistake यार. I'm poor in English actually. ठीक है. Add more machines. ये कौन सा होगा?
Horizontal scaling.
Horizontal.
Horizontal. Although ये technical नहीं है, but I've just written कि आपको थोड़ा समझ में आ जाए और ग्राउंड लेवल पे कि अच्छा ज्यादा मशीन से ऐड कर रहे हैं तो इट्स हॉरिजॉन्टल. एक सिंगल मशीन को वी आर मेकिंग इट मोर स्ट्रॉन्गर तो यार ये वर्टिकल है. ठीक है, मतलब
So I have
ऐसे
a
आपके जहन में
question.
रहेगा. या यस प्लीज.
If we add more machines and make them stronger, it is still considered horizontal scaling?
We add more machines and make them stronger. Yes, horizontal scaling. And that's what I told here. It's not necessary कि same 4 GB के multiples आप ले लो. Maybe you want one machine of 8 GB. Got it?
Yep. Okay.
Is this clear?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Now, another example. So when you're making one machine stronger, it's vertical, and when you have more machines, you're taking it horizontal. Okay. Vertical is scaling. It's like you are increasing the resources of a single machine. Maybe you are adding more CPU capacity, RAM बढ़ा रहे हो, storage बढ़ा रहे हो, processing capability बढ़ा रहे हो. It's like upgrading one server maybe from 4 GB to 8 GB, right? But in horizontal scaling, you are adding more machines. Okay. Generally, क्या होता है? Similar size. Okay, we use to distribute the load. Like you added two 4 GB machines, which I told you. Okay. But सुनना गौर से मैं क्या कह रहा हूं. But suppose you want कि नहीं भाई मेरे को तो I want two machines of 4 GB RAM and one of 8 GB RAM. Like this is what Shahriar asked. I think Shahriar you asked, no?
Yes,
I
sir.
don't have the list of participants. Okay. तो शहरियार ने कहा नहीं नहीं मेरे को तो भाई दो machines I need two machines of 4 GB RAM and one machine of 8 GB RAM मेरे को चाहिए. तो तनवीर ये क्या है? This is again horizontal scaling. तो भाई आप तो multiple machines खरीद रहे हो ना, right? This is again horizontal scaling because you're adding more machines. देखो बस इस पे आपको तवज्जो देना है. Machines आप add कर रहे हो कि नहीं? हाँ या ना?
Yes.
Adding machines, right? हो गया horizontal scaling है. Even if they have different sizes, that doesn't matter. आपने मशीन ऐड किया, ठीक है, हॉरिजॉन्टल स्केलिंग हो गया. डन. देखो और मैं सिंपल तरीके से कोशिश करता हूँ बताने की. वर्टिकल को ऐसे समझ जाओ, बिगर मशीन, ठीक है. हॉरिजॉन्टल को आप ऐसे समझो, मोर मशीन्स. बस हो गया, कहानी खत्म. गॉट इट? भाई क्लियर है?
Yes, sir.
Right? Now I have a question for you. Which one is better? हालांकि I should not ask this question now. मैं गलती कर रहा हूँ अभी पूछ के, but still I am taking that risk. Which one is better? Vertical scaling अच्छा है या horizontal scaling अच्छा?
So, but in terms of, sir, like,
नहीं, आप बताओ in general.
so
This
horizontal,
question
sir.
is correct. Horizontal अच्छा है, ठीक है.
Vertical scaling, sir.
Vertical.
Vertical scaling अच्छा है, ठीक है. और कोई any other thought? अच्छा, एक बात बताओ. Think from cloud perspective, ठीक है. फर्ज करो कि you're working in the cloud department of Microsoft. आपको ये जिम्मेदारी दी गई है तो वर्टिकली स्केल और हॉरिजॉन्टली. कोई ना कोई तो क्लाउड पे तो काम करता होगा ना, जो ये सब काम करता होगा, राइट? आपको ये जिम्मेदारी दी गई है. तो विच वन इज सिंपल टू इम्प्लीमेंट, वर्टिकल स्केलिंग या हॉरिजॉन्टल स्केलिंग? आपके लिए कौन सा आसान होगा? सपोज आई एम योर
Vertical
क्लाइंट.
scaling.
आई एम योर क्लाइंट. मैंने कहा मेरे को वर्टिकल स्केलिंग चाहिए. समवन टोल्ड यू कि आई नीड हॉरिजॉन्टल स्केलिंग. विच वन इज सिंपल फॉर यू टू इम्प्लीमेंट?
Vertical scaling.
वर्टिकल स्केलिंग. बाकी लोग क्यों नहीं रिप्लाई कर रहे हैं? समझ में नहीं आया. Vertical scaling is simple to implement. Okay, यहाँ पर just you have to upgrade, no? देखो ऐसे सोचो, you have 4 GB RAM, आपको 8 GB चाहिए, तो you can also do कि आप एक local कंप्यूटर के शॉप में जाओगे and they will add, वो additional भी डालते हैं ना, add करते हैं external, right? वो बस बंदा एक 4 GB का लेके add कर देगा, हो गया. Now you have 4 GB laptop, you went to that computer shop, आपने कहा मेरे को same configuration का 2-3 और चाहिए, मान लो 3 और चाहिए. Then he has to check the same configuration for the remaining 3. उसको पूरा क्रॉस वेरीफाई करना पड़ेगा हर चीज, राइट? सीपीयू सेम है कि नहीं, रैम इज सेम और नॉट, प्रोसेसर इज सेम और नॉट, ईच एंड एवरीथिंग. So now think that from that business perspective. Amazon ने ये कहा or any other business role कि मेरे को ऐसा चाहिए. That's very tedious task. That is a horizontal scaling. It's complex process as compared to vertical scaling because there you are just upgrading it. But I'm not telling ke vertical scaling अच्छा है. Keep on listening. Then you can conclude. Now coming to cost, which will be more costly?
Horizontal.
Vertical.
Horizontal.
Vertical.
कौन सी
Horizontal
बताओ?
scaling.
Horizontal.
आपने यहाँ पर एक सुपर कंप्यूटर ले लिया और यहाँ पे 4 GB का 50 लैपटॉप ले लिया. बताओ कौन महंगा होगा? वर्टिकल स्केलिंग महंगा हो जाएगा, है कि नहीं? राइट?
Sir, but like
Although
we are,
हाँ,
yeah, but we are not, I mean, buying every time, sir, but we are just upgrading the, I mean, the properties or the RAM or cost, hard disk kind of things, right? So the
that's what I'm
horizontal
telling.
will, yeah, okay.
That's what I'm telling. It can be expensive. मैं एकदम वो फिक्स नहीं कर रहा हूँ कि हमेशा महंगा होगा. बट आई एम अगेन गिव एन एग्जांपल कि मान लो यहाँ पर आपने एक सुपर कंप्यूटर ले लिया, विच विल नॉट हैपन. आई एम जस्ट गिविंग एन एग्जांपल. और यहाँ पर 4 GB रैम का 50 कंप्यूटर है, तब भी ये अकेला सुपर कंप्यूटर बहुत महंगा होगा, है ना? और इसका उल्टा भी हो सकता है. या 4 GB रैम, यू नीड 8 GB रैम, और यहाँ पर आपने कहा 4 GB वाले 10 लैपटॉप चाहिए, फिर ये महंगा हो जाएगा. करेक्ट? बट जनरली वर्टिकल स्केलिंग इज बिट कॉस्टली because what we do in horizontal scaling, यहाँ पर हम configuration बहुत ही कम रखते हैं. And I will come to that. I will tell you why. Okay, so this is often मतलब horizontal scaling generally cheaper होता है as compared to vertical. But again, there are exceptions which I told you. Okay. Can you tell me one more limitation of vertical scaling? जैसे कि suppose I have 4 GB RAM laptop. Then I thought कि नहीं मेरे को अब 8 GB चाहिए. So the cloud vendor has given me 8 GB. ठीक है भाई ये ले लो 8 GB. ठीक है, I have now 8 GB. Then I thought कि oh my god 8 GB is also not working. मैंने कहा मेरे को 16 चाहिए, 4 चाहिए, not working. Then I told कि I want 8 GB. Okay, it's also not working. Then I told I want 16 GB. It's also not working. So do you think there is any limitation to it?
Yes.
हार्डवेयर का तो लिमिटेशन होगा ना यार. You cannot
Yes.
keep on adding infinite RAM or CPU. Correct? So at a certain point of time तो ये जाके fail हो जाएगा. See, these are important points. यहाँ पर you have to be very careful. You should know the comparison because although in project as a data engineer आपको ये decide नहीं करना होता है. This is taken care by the admin. But still you should know this. You never know what type of question can be asked in interview, right? अब बताओ, in horizontal scaling is there any limitation? You told me I need 4 GB RAM, 10 laptops. Tomorrow you told I want 20 laptops. After 1 year you told me nahi, I need 50 laptops now. Is that possible or not?
Possible.
Yes.
Possible. You can keep on adding machines. कोई problem नहीं है. जितना चाहिए वो देगा आपको. But here हार्डवेयर का एक लिमिटेशन होता है. लिमिटेशन. ओके. ठीक है. Now from project perspective, which one you have to use, मैं वो बाद में आऊंगा. क्योंकि अगर मैं वो अभी बताने लगूंगा ना तो फिर वो थोड़ा टेक्निकल हो जाएगा. फिर हम उस पर आएंगे बाद. But at least you got a fair idea. कुछ तो समझ में आया. क्या है ये? Horizontal and vertical, right?
Yes, sir.
देखो मैंने ना ये एक स्क्रीनशॉट निकाला था to make you understand in a better way. शायद इससे पूरी समरी समझ में आ जाएगी. अब ये वर्टिकल स्केलिंग है. यू आर इंक्रीजिंग दिस वन मशीन. इसकी कैपेसिटी आप मुसलसल बढ़ाते जा रहे हो. दिस इज वर्टिकल स्केलिंग. हियर यू आर इंक्रीजिंग द मशीन्स. तो मुझे ऐसा लगा कि शायद ये पिक्चर इज टेलिंग ऑल द स्टोरी. कैन आई प्रोसीड फर्दर इफ इट इज क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. सुनो क्या होता है. सपोज आई हैव टेकन 3 machines. मैंने अपने क्लाउड वेंडर को कहा यार आई वांट 3 machines. इसको मैं 4 GB रख, चलो 8 GB रखते हैं. ठीक है. आई टोल्ड कि मेरे को 3 machines चाहिए बिकॉज नाउ आई एम गेटिंग मोर ट्रांजेक्शन, मोर बिजनेस. मैं क्लाउड वेंडर लेट्स से माइक्रोसॉफ्ट हैज गिवन मी. ठीक है भाई ये रखो, काम करो इसको. आई हैव 3 machines नाउ. आफ्टर 1 month हम मे बी लेट्स सपोज दिवाली के टाइम there are more transactions. I have 3 machines. Now Diwali is over. So obviously the transactions will decline, right? घटेगा. So do you think I should continue keeping these 3 machines? क्या नजरिया है आपका?
No, you should reduce it.
I should reduce it. So do you think this option is present in the cloud world? Eh?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it's there. No. Now Microsoft will not tell me कि नहीं नहीं अब दे दिया तो ये रखना ही पड़ेगा. It's not like I'm buying 1 kg sugar and I want to return. तो वो कहेगा नहीं नहीं अब खरीद लिया तो जाओ लेके. Right? तो यहाँ पर है कि now if I will go to Microsoft, I will tell कि भाई अब this 8 GB I don't want. तो कहेगा ठीक है इसको हटा देते हैं. Got it? Now I have only 4 GB 2 machines. So this is known as scale in. मतलब आप अपने रिसोर्सेस को घटा रहे हो. This is known as scale in. It means you are removing machines. Remove machines. So obviously when you will remove machines, when demand is low. So this is known as scale in. Okay? And it is not only about removing machines. Maybe you can remove servers, containers, or any other thing. This is known as scaling. Okay? Now, the opposite of a scaling is a scale out, which I will not explain to you. You have to explain this to me. कि यहाँ पर क्या होगा फिर scale out में?
Add machines.
That's all. Add machines. Right? You have two 4 GB RAM machines. You have one 8 GB RAM machine as well. Even then, you're not able to handle the traffic. Many transactions are happening. So क्या करोगे आप? You will tell to Microsoft, no, here I want one more 4 GB machine, or maybe two more 4 GB machine, maybe one more 8 GB machine, right? That is known as scale out. मतलब आपको और ज्यादा चाहिए. You want to add more machines to handle extra load. चलिए हम लोग ज्यादा machines क्यों add करेंगे? To handle extra load. But it's clear. Right? Okay. I'm giving you one scenario. You have to tell me it's an example of a scale in or a scale out. We are very famous that क्या नाम था उसका? नहीं चलो ठीक है. In an office, in a cafeteria, there is a food stall. Let's say उसका नाम है food stall का घर का खाना. ठीक है. They have only one stall. Everything is perfect. सब कुछ ठीक चल रहा है. But lunch hour में क्या होता है ना कि suddenly the traffic will increase. So what they will do, they will open two more stalls because the traffic will increase. So one stall is not sufficient to handle it. They will open two more stalls. This is scaling or scale out?
Scale
Scale
out.
out.
Scale out. Now at 3 p.m. what happened? Again, the traffic has decreased. तो द ऑनर थॉट कि यार ये दो मोर स्टॉल्स का काम नहीं है, आप इसको बंद करके एक ही स्टॉल रखते हैं. ओके, और सो व्हाट इज दिस? स्केलिंग और स्केल आउट?
Scale in.
स्केलिंग. अब आप घटा रहे हो, बट यू कैन नॉट टेल कि हम तो ओरिजिनल पे पहुंच गए हैं. ओरिजिनल पे हो, बट ऑलवेज दिस विल बी कंपेयर्ड विद द प्रीवियस स्टेज. पहले क्या था? टू मोर स्टॉल्स, नाउ यू डिक्रीज दैट टू वन. आई एग्री दिस इज द ओरिजिनल वन ओनली, बट फ्रॉम द प्रीवियस स्टेज क्या हुआ है आपका? घटा ना. देखो ऐसे समझो आप. I started a business in the January month. The revenue was 100 rupees. February May it is 300. Now March May again it is 100. So February to March, what you will tell? Business is growing or decrease or static है? क्या कहोगे आप? February to March
Decrease.
decrease हो
Decrease.
रहा ना? It's a concern for the business because the revenue has decreased from 300 to 100. Now you cannot tell कि नहीं तनवीर we should compare from January. No, ये तो static है, घबराने की कोई बात नहीं है. क्या आप ऐसा कहोगे? नहीं. Always we used to compare with the previous state. No, तभी तो डेल्टा पता चलेगा, incremental, right? That is what you have to compare from here, and this is scaling. आपने घटा दिया. So this is scale out and scaling. Scaling means remove machines. या अगर ये भी नहीं समझ में आया तो इसको ऐसे समझ जाओ, इंग्लिश का एक वर्ड है श्रिंक. श्रिंक मतलब स्केलिंग. ठीक है. स्केल आउट फिर क्या लिखा जाएगा? श्रिंक का उल्टा क्या होता है? एक्सपैंड. तो स्केल आउट हो गया. ओके. क्लियर है? इसको समझाने के लिए मेरे पास ये इमेज है आपके लिए. स्केल आउट में आप ज्यादा ऐड कर रहे हो, स्केलिंग में यू आर डिक्रीजिंग इट, यू आर रिमूविंग. मैंने बड़े मतलब मोटे अल्फाज में लिखा है इसे ताकि आप समझ जाओ. तो स्केल आउट मीन्स वी आर एडिंग, स्केलिंग मीन्स वी आर रिमूविंग. क्लियर? यहाँ तक क्लियर है?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
ठीक है, मेकिंग सेंस. आपको समझ रहे हो है ना? ठीक है. तो मैं आता हूँ थोड़ा एज्योर के दुनिया में. ठीक है. Azure has a very interesting feature of auto scaling, but I will not explain this. I want you people, because this is something like आप सोच के बता सकते हो. This is over to you. क्या होगा यहाँ पे ऑटो स्केलिंग?
So as per the business needs, either it'll scale in or scale out.
ओके, ठीक है। एनी अदर थॉट? अच्छा, गाड़ी में वो होता है ना, नहीं वहां तो नहीं चलेगा। अच्छा ठीक है, आप लोग बताओ।
Based on the
एनी अदर
traffic,
थॉट?
based on the traffic, it will increase or decrease.
अच्छा ठीक है।
Based on the data volume, so it will increase or decrease auto scale.
कौन करेगा ये काम, इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज? कौन, हु विल डू दिस टास्क?
Azure.
That is the catch. Good. Generally, in scale out or scale in or vertical scaling or horizontal scaling, you have to inform to the vendor. आपको बताना पड़ेगा माइक्रोसॉफ्ट को कि मेरे को ज्यादा चाहिए या कम चाहिए, and they will do it for you. ठीक है? बट ऑटो स्केलिंग में क्या होता है? Azure has that intelligence. Azure को मालूम है कब स्केलिंग करने का है, कब स्केल आउट करने का। दिस इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग फीचर विच आई विल शो यू। So as you know this, when more VMs are required, when more containers are required, when more storage space is needed, or when it has to be reduced. So you don't have to do it manually. Okay, I'll write here without doing manually. ये सब Azure करेगा. I will try to give one example. I'm not sure that fits or not. Your auto, that is automatic washing machine होता है ना, ऐसा ही काम करता है ना शायद। वो खुद से पानी का वो सप्लाई ले लेता है, एंड वो क्या कहते हैं, डिटर्जेंट एंड ऑल दिस थिंग्स, सब कुछ खुद से करता है, राइट? फिर आपके एसी में भी तो होता है टेम्परेचर को ऑटो सेट करने का, बेस्ड ऑन द सराउंडिंग टेम्परेचर वो ऑटोमेटिकली सेट करता रहता है। सिमिलर इज द ऑटो स्केलिंग फीचर इन एज़्योर, बट इट इज नॉट लाइक कि कुछ मैजिक हो रहा है, नहीं। एट द बैक एंड यू आर सेटिंग सम रूल्स। तो आप कुछ रूल्स या कंडीशंस सेट करते हो, लाइक you will mention if CPU usage is greater than 75%, or if CPU usage is greater than 70%, let's say for 5 minutes, to add one more VM. देखो जैसे कि मैं एग्जांपल देता हूँ, जैसे कि आपने डाल दिया if CPU usage is greater than 70%, just giving us a random number. Okay, कि अगर CPU पे यूजेज 70% से ज्यादा हो रहा है और 5 मिनट तक ऐसा रहा, ओके, बिकॉज ऑन ए स्पाइक वी कैन नॉट डिटरमाइन, क्योंकि कभी इधर होता है कि एकदम से बढ़ गया 1-2 सेकंड के लिए फिर घट गया, तो दैट इज नॉट कंसिडर्ड। इफ यू सिंग कंसिस्टेंटली फॉर 5 मिनट्स और 10 मिनट्स, यार 70% से ज्यादा है, तो वहां पर रिस्क होता है कि क्रैश कर सकता है, तो आप एक डाल देते हो ऐड वन मोर वीएम। तो ये रूल्स लगाते हैं पीछे। तो Azure will keep on watching your app based on this condition. So when demand will increase, it will scale out or scale in. When demand
Scale out.
increases,
Scale out.
and when demand decreases,
Scales in.
क्या करेगा? Scale in.
Scale.
तो demand increases का मतलब scale out, इसका मतलब add more machines. Demand decreases का मतलब scaling, मतलब shrink करो, इसका मतलब remove machines. बस ये याद रखो आप लोग, ठीक है? इसके अंदर सारी कहानी आ गई, वॉट एवर वी स्टडीड सो फार ना, शायद मैंने इसको समराइज कर दिया है। ओके,
So I have a question. So these will all be horizontal scaling, or they can be vertical one.
ओके, मैं बस आ रहा हूँ उसी पर अभी, ठीक है? आई एम कमिंग टू दैट ओनली। ओके, यहाँ तक क्लियर है सबको? ऑल गुड सो फार?
Yes.
ठीक है. Again, like I'm repeating whatever I covered so far. Any question? Then we'll go to the question which Sharia has asked. Clear है सब कुछ? ठीक. First, I taught you vertical scaling and horizontal scaling. I think that is clear. ये तो एकदम crystal clear हो जाना चाहिए. I think यहाँ तक की दुनिया आप लोग समझ गए होंगे. Then I taught you scale out and scaling. मतलब मशीनें बढ़ा सकते हो, मशीनें घटा सकते हो. ठीक है. Have I told you anything कि स्केलिंग या स्केल आउट में हम कैपेसिटी बढ़ाते हैं या फिर मैंने कहा मशीनें बढ़ाते हैं घटाते हैं? मैंने क्या कहा इसमें? मैंने कहा रिमूव मशीन, मैंने कहा ऐड मशीन. ये कब होता है, वर्टिकल में या हॉरिजॉन्टल में?
Horizontal.
दैट्स ऑल. दैट्स ऑल. तो हॉरिजॉन्टल स्केलिंग के अंदर की दुनिया है स्केल इन या स्केल आउट. सब चीजों को आपको लॉजिक से समझना है. हो गया? मानते हो ना? क्लियर है? तो बोलो भाई.
Yes.
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 राइट.
Yes.
वैसे ही सिमिलरली वर्टिकल स्केलिंग में भी होता है ये चीज, जो मैं आपको नहीं बताऊंगा, आप लोग मुझे समझाओगे. तुम बताओ ये क्या होता है इसमें?
Scale up, we improve the performance of that computer, CPU, server.
स्केल अप या डाउन में क्या होगा?
Whenever we're adding more capacity, we're scaling up.
Hmm.
When we're decreasing the capacity, we're scaling down.
That's all. You have 16 GB RAM here, but it is not sufficient. You want 32 GB RAM. It's a scale up or a scale down?
Scale up.
Scale up. You're using 16 GB RAM. It is more than enough. You think 8 GB is sufficient. Now you have 8 GB. What is this?
Scale down.
Scale down.
Scale down. हो गया? थोड़ा confusing है. I agree. First of all, you should know vertical scaling, horizontal scaling. उसके बाद this horizontal scaling is divided in two parts: scale in, scale out. Vertical scaling भी scale up और scale down. ये है confusing. So that's what I thought कि इसको अच्छे से समझते हैं. And I hope you all have understood it. ठीक है. देखो, machines add कर रहे हैं, it's horizontal scaling. Capacity add कर रहे हैं, it's vertical scaling. That's all. Okay. And auto scaling is like automatically it will adjust whether storage, virtual machine या जो भी है वो खुद से करेगा. ओके. अच्छा, एक बात बताओ, जस्ट लास्ट मैंने सोचा था अभी कंप्लीट कर दूंगा, बट मेरे जहन में एक क्वेश्चन आ गया. मैनुअल अच्छा होगा या ऑटो स्केलिंग अच्छा? विच वन इज बेटर, मैनुअली हैंडलिंग दिस स्केलिंग और दैट ऑटो स्केलिंग? कौन सही होगा?
Auto scaling.
Auto scaling would be better.
Auto scaling.
Why?
You don't
It
have to
handles
monitor it.
dynamically.
Yeah.
As per the needs, it'll handle.
देखो, this questions are asked in interview. ठीक है. देखो, ऑटो स्केलिंग के बेनिफिट्स क्या हैं, इसके कुछ लिमिटेशंस भी हैं, वो हम बाद में बात करेंगे. एक तो ये कॉस्ट एफिशिएंट होता है. Why? Because मैनुअल तो आप समझ रहे हो ना, सम टाइम इफ यू मिस इट तो उतने वक्फे तक तो वो यूज हो रहा है एंड यू हैव टू पे फॉर इट. करेक्ट. बट इफ समथिंग इज ऑटोमेटिक मींस इवन इट विल टच द थ्रेशोल्ड, इमीडिएटली उसको घटा देगा. इट इज कॉस्ट एफिशिएंट, राइट? देन परफॉर्मेंस. व्हाई आई एम टेलिंग परफॉर्मेंस, समझना इसको गौर से. बिजनेस इज नॉट एन ऑटो स्केलिंग, मैनुअल पे है. You have 4 servers. Now there is more traffic. People are trying to log in, but they're not able to log in. As an owner, आपको पता ही नहीं क्या problem हो रहा है. Someone raised a ticket. कि अरे भाई, people are not able to log in. Transactions are not happening. Then you will come to know कि oh, ये problem है. तब फिर you will raise a request कि I need more servers. So it is consuming time or not? It is killing your business transactions or not, right? अब ऑटो स्केलिंग में क्या होगा, इमीडिएटली इट विल टेक यार यार performance is not good. They need more servers because traffic is more. Immediately वो इसको increase करेगा, फिर performance अच्छा हो जाएगा. Correct? So these two are the important reasons we go for auto scaling. This is the benefit. So auto scaling is like Azure smart system to keep any app running smoothly without wasting money. Okay. Fine then. I thought of covering a few more topics, but okay, I'll stop here. I hope you all have understood. Any question?
Wait, I have a question.
Hmm.
Maybe naive actually. With respect to auto scaling, right? Assume I have rented a house, right? I have rented a house. I have a house. I can keep, and I know this much maximum area I need, right? So usme I'll be keeping my goods or whatever according to that area, right? I can increase because I have the area. But similarly in this case, I have a machine, right? I'll tell the कि मेरे को इतना machines चाहिए, say 4 GB का 10 machines चाहिए, right? If I'm running a query, say मतलब a certain amount of RAM is required for processing that, right? If that increases, obviously my cost will go up, right? So मतलब is there sort of a agreement or something like that कि मतलब my initial requirement is this 4 GB का 10 machines. Say if I'm not using that, right? If I'm running a query which is taking say only one system of 4 GB, right? It's not मतलब बाकी systems को touch नहीं कर रहा है. Okay, that for that is called cost efficient. अगर मेरा query है and if it is exceeding that 10 servers or 10 computers or 10 RAMs what I've kept for myself. So is there any limitation? मतलब that cost auto scaling flexibility is within that what I have defined initially, or it can exceed that also? That's what I want to ask.
Okay. Okay. See, auto scaling is no doubt handled by Azure. ठीक है? वो Azure handle कर रहा है. This is clear.
Yeah.
But who is governing the rules? Rules कौन set कर रहा है? जैसे कि मैंने आपको ये example बताया. If CPU usage is greater than 70% for 5 minutes, add one more VM. ये rule किसने set किया? If Madhur is using Azure, Madhur ने किया ना, right? आपने किया, right?
Right.
अगर आपको लगता है कि नहीं 70% नहीं 60% पे चेंज कर दो, रिस्क नहीं लेने का, आप रिस्क नहीं लेना चाहते हो, आपने रखा 60%, तो वो Azure क्या करेगा, वो बेचारा देखेगा 60% क्रॉस कर गया, इमीडिएटली वो एक मशीन ऐड कर दे, या फिर डिक्रीज करने का जो रहेगा वो रूल लगा दे. काम तो कर रहा है Azure, बट आपके रूल के मुताबिक वो काम कर रहा है. ही इज एक्टिंग एज पर योर इंस्ट्रक्शन. So whatever rules you will set, Azure is just acting on it. It's purely based on your requirement. You can set any rule. And you can also change rule. Like suppose I kept this one. Later point of time, I thought, can I isko change karte? You can change that as well. It's dynamic. And accordingly, then Azure will perform the auto scaling task. So Azure is doing, but Azure doesn't have the authority to decide the rule. Rule will be decided by you, because you have based on your business requirement. ठीक है, have I answered your question? क्या आपने यही पूछा था?
Yes, thank you.
तनवीर, आई थिंक हम लोग सेम कंसेप्ट हम लोग स्नोफ्लेक में भी यूज करते हैं वेयर हाउस में. जो सेटअप की बात कर रहे हैं
आपके स्नोफ्लेक के पीछे क्या है? पूरा तो क्लाउड की दुनिया पर बैठा हुआ है स्नोफ्लेक, है ना? देखो स्नोफ्लेक आया कैसे, 2012 या 13 के आसपास ओरेकल के 2 इंजीनियर्स थे. दे हैव गिवन दिस आइडिया टू ओरेकल कि ऐसा ऐसा करके एक आर्किटेक्चर बनाते हैं, क्लाउड पे सब कुछ रहेगा. ओरेकल दे डिडंट एक्सेप्ट इट. तो फिर ये दोनों इंजीनियर्स थे, मैं नाम भूल गया उनका, उन्होंने अपना खुद का बनाया, लग गए, भिड़ गए, और 2016 या 17 के आसपास फिर दे लॉन्च इट आई डोंट नो द एग्जैक्ट डेट, आई एम सॉरी फॉर दैट। उन्होंने लॉन्च कर दिया, सब कुछ क्लाउड पे आ गया। नाउ व्हाट हैपेंड, स्नोफ्लेक इज एवरीवेयर, और आईकल धीरे धीरे डिक्रीज हो रहा है। हाँ, बट ऑफ कोर्स स्नोफ्लेक में कुछ कुछ चीजें जो है ना बहुत ही जबरदस्त है, नो डाउट, लाइक टाइम ट्रैवल, और भी चीजें हैं जो बहुत ही अच्छी हैं। एंड द सीक्वल क्वेरीज में जो आप लिखते हो उसमें, दैट इज आल्सो वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग। मतलब मे बी ऑफ टाइम परमिट्स मैं बताऊंगा कभी वो सब चीजें। तो वही है, तो स्नोफ्लेक का भी क्या है, पीछे पूरा क्लाउड की दुनिया है। और उन्होंने क्या किया है, अपना इंटीग्रेशन माइक्रोसॉफ्ट के साथ है, और इसके साथ क्या कहते हैं, अमेजोन के साथ है, गूगल के साथ है, हर जगह है। ठीक है, ओके, एनी अदर क्वेश्चन?
So can there be like a hybrid of horizontal and vertical scaling?
हॉरिजॉन्टल वर्टिकल, हाँ वो भी होता है, दैट आल्सो यू कैन डू। ओके,
Okay,
मुझे लगा आप हाइब्रिड क्लाउड के बारे में पूछ रहे हो, जो हम लोग नेक्स्ट वीक पढ़ेंगे।
hybrid scaling.
ओके, हाँ,
Yeah.
बट दैट आल्सो यू कैन डू। मतलब ये पूरा फ्लेक्सिबल है, आपको जो चाहिए जैसे चाहिए, द क्लाउड विल प्रोवाइड टू यू। इफ यू आर टेलिंग आई वांट बोथ वर्टिकल एंड हॉरिजॉन्टल, हाँ जी, एकदम, क्यों नहीं हो सकता है, इट विल प्रोवाइड यू। एंड एक्चुअली इन वन ऑफ माय प्रोजेक्ट दिस वाज द रिक्वायरमेंट। वहां पर क्या हुआ था, आई विल गिव यू द एग्जांपल। यूएस का एक सोशल मीडिया एप्लीकेशन है, क्लासमेट, आप चाहे तो अभी सर्च भी कर सकते हो गूगल पे। उसमें क्या होता है कि जितने भी स्कूल्स के हैं, उनका एक सोशल मीडिया है। मतलब आपने जब स्कूल में पढ़ा होगा तो उस टाइम आपका कौन दोस्त होगा, एंड ऑल दिस थिंग्स। ठीक है, तो वहां पर 500 मिलियन रिकॉर्ड्स था, ओके, एंड मोर देन दैट। तो फिर वो सारे सिस्टम्स हमारे फेल हो रहे थे, तो हमने दोनों यूज किया उसमें। एंड आई वाज सरप्राइज, आपको यकीन नहीं होगा, जो भी कन्वर्सेशंस हो रहे थे वो सारे कन्वर्सेशंस हमारे पास थे। द टू पीपल दे आर, वो क्या चैटिंग कर रहे हैं, ऑल दोस थिंग्स, वो सब थे हमारे पास। आई वाज सरप्राइज कि यार ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है, बट हाँ, हम लोगों ने काफी पढ़ा भी। और मुझे लगा कि ये सही है या डमी है, फिर एक एक का मैंने निकाल के सर्च किया लिंक्डइन पे एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स। मैंने कहा यार ये तो बहुत बड़ा लूप होल है सिस्टम में, राइट? कोई भी आप ही जैसे व्हाट्सएप यूज करते हुए, इंस्टा या व्हाटएवर, यू डोंट वांट दैट योर चैट कैन बी सीन बाय एनीवन। ऑल्दो व्हाट्सएप क्लेम कि हमारा इंक्रिप्शन है, एंड आई एग्री, मैं मानता हूँ कि होगा, बट आई वाज सरप्राइज कि वहां पर ऐसा कैसे हो रहा था। ठीक है, फाइन देन, एनी अदर क्वेश्चन एनीवन? होप यू फाउंड द सेशन इंटरेस्टिंग, you learned something. Okay. So ठीक है, we will connect next week Saturday, same time, 6 to 8 p.m. IST. So thanks a lot everyone. Take care. Bye.